Here's a clear way to think about this Ultra story. What's realistic, and what's still pure speculation? 1. What Ultra means at Apple today confirmed. As of my latest information late 2024, Ultra at Apple already means Apple Watch Ultra, Ultra 2, highest durability, longest battery life, biggest display, positioned clearly above Apple Watch, Series M1 Ultra Chip A doubled SoCs used in high-end Mac Studio, Mac Pro, maximum performance, highest power draw. iPhone naming Apple has publicly teased the idea of an iPhone Ultra in interviews, but hasn't shipped one yet. Rumors have repeatedly suggested a tier above Pro Max. So there is a pattern. Ultra equals top tier above Pro with maximum performance, features, and price. 2. Foldable iPhone Ultra. How plausible is this? What the article claims, a foldable iPhone Ultra around early 2027 sits above iPhone Pro, not replacing it. New design, foldable display, exclusive cameras. Highest price may be launched alongside an iPhone 18 Pro line but with limited initial supply widths. Realistic based on existing signals up to 2024. Foldable hardware. Multiple reports from reliable analysts, for example, Ming-Chi Kuo, DSCC, have said Apple is exploring foldables, mostly in the 2025-2027 timeframe. Apple has a lot of foldable-related patents and has reportedly worked with display suppliers Samsung, LG naming and positioning. Apple loves clear, good, better, best ladders, making the first foldable a separate top-tier iPhone Ultra rather than iPhone 18 Fold fits their usual playbook. First gen, very expensive, clearly marked as the ultimate model. Lets Apple protect the stable Pro line while experimenting. Price and availability. Expect a significantly higher price than Pro Max. In 2024 money, think well north of current top-tier iPhones. Limited quantities at launch. Would also be very typical for complex new hardware. Bottom line, a foldable iPhone Ultra in the 2026-2027 window is plausible and consistent with long-standing rumors and Apple's branding logic. The exact name and date are not confirmed, but the general direction is believable. 3. MacBook Ultra, old touchscreen Mac, above MacBook Pro. What the article claims, a MacBook Ultra with old touchscreen, new ultra-class silicon, more premium design, above MacBook Pro, possibly delayed to around 2027 due to supply constraints. Reality check, old Macs. Multiple supply chain reports indicate Apple is moving Macs and iPads too old in the second half of this decade, starting with iPad Pro then MacBook Pro. Timing varies by source, but 2026-2027 for old MacBooks is commonly reported. Touchscreen Mac, historically, Apple has been against touchscreens on Mac, but rumors have resurfaced about MacBook Pros with touch displays later this decade, with Mac OS gaining more iPad-like UI elements and the existence of Vision Pro. The no-touch on Mac Everline has visibly softened branding as Ultra. There's already an M1 Ultra chip. An M-Series Ultra for a flagship MacBook is straightforward. A separate MacBook Ultra tier would let Apple keep MacBook Pro as the mainstream high-end dot. Use MacBook Ultra for the money, no object machine. Bottom line, an old, extremely high-end MacBook, potentially branded as Ultra, is credible in the later 2020s time. Exact name and 2027 date are speculative, but the direction lines up with existing reports. 4. AirPods Ultra and iPad Ultra, more speculative. But on brand AirPods Ultra with cameras and AI, Apple has filed patents and has been reported to explore AirPods with sensors, head gestures, and more context-aware features. AirPods with actual cameras is a much bigger leap. Technically challenging size, heat, battery, privacy, much more like a Vision AR accessory than a simple audio product. Is a future AirPods Ultra tier possible? Yes. Higher end, more sensors. Deeper integration with Vision Pro AR features is plausible. Full camera integration is more experimental and should be treated as long-term speculation. iPad Ultra strong and recurring rumors of larger screen. iPads 1416, old iPad Pro 7, foldable iPads before or alongside a foldable iPhone. An iPad Ultra could logically mean largest or foldable display M Series Ultra Max, performance aimed at creative pros and enterprise/multitasking. Given Apple already has iPad Pro, an even more expensive, more capable Ultra slot above it is very easy to imagine. 5. The strategy. A unified Ultra tier above Pro across all these rumors. The pattern is consistent with Apple's existing behavior. Clear price ladder, base gives Plus Air, gives Pro, gives Ultra Ultra, equals new form factors foldable. Giant, rugged, sensor-heavy, highest performance chip bins, Ultra Max, most advanced displays, old, foldable, micro LED, eventually early experimental tech, new input methods, sensors, AI features, business logic, raises average selling prices without disrupting popular mid-range Pro products. Gives Apple a clean place to ship, risky, expensive, innovations without them being judged against. Mainstream devices, builds an Ultra ecosystem that appeals to early adopters, pros, and status buyers. 6. What this means for buyers and timing if you're deciding whether to wait for Ultra hardware. Nothing described is officially announced as of late. 2024, the most credible sequence based on current patterns, more old iPads, MacBooks larger or more capable iPad Pro Ultra class. Tablet, first foldable device, iPad-like or iPhone-like, broader Ultra branding. Once a couple of those exist, if you need a device in the next 1 to 2 years, assume you'll be choosing among today's base Air Pro tiers. The described foldable iPhone Ultra, MacBook Ultra, in approximately 2027 is plausible but not guaranteed. Timelines for first-gen, cutting-edge Apple hardware tend to slip if you'd like. I can map out how Apple's lineup could look in, say, 2027 if this Ultra strategy fully plays out: phones, tablets, laptops, wearables, and where each tier would sit on price and features.